This sustainable leadership according to Sanatana Dharma, and who best can be an example to this other than Shree Rama. Offering to God not necessarily is measured with wealth or anything, material. It can be your just mind, full focus. So anything that is simple, even a glass of water, is a good offering. The eternally blissful in whom the yogis find delight, that the desire for enjoyment has ceased, not out of frustration or disappointment, is just surpassed all that emotion. Convince the eldest brother to come back to Ayodhya. That was his mission. Sri Rama is very well aware of the reason why he is approaching. It's gone by. Everything back in the kingdom is Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Jai Shri Ram. Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting vlog number 41 of Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali. This is a painting that follows the principle of calligram or micrography to paint the 1000 names of Sri Vishnu. As the painting is coming along, I am also trying to understand the deeper meanings lying underneath these names with the help of some scriptures within Sanatana Dharma. Whatever I am learning as an amateur, I am also trying to share with you via these weekly vlogs. We have so far covered names up to 390 in the previous vlogs, and today we will cover 391 through 400. Though we are touching base on 10 names at a time in each of the vlogs, I very much see the need to refer back and forth to the previous vlogs because the names are thoroughly interconnected, and I therefore request you to have a look at the previous uploads so you are able to understand a little more deeply and also enjoy the whole concepts even better. With that, let's get on to today's plan. As I mentioned, 391 to 400 names and the meanings is what we are going to cover, but there's something more important that we are going to touch base today. This is sustainable leadership according to Sanatana Dharma, and who best can be an example to this other than Sri Rama. Yes, we are going to look at the Rāmā Avatar, but not going into the entire avatar. We are going to touch base on a very important situation that demonstrates sustainable leadership. Without much ado, let's get on with the names and the meanings first. Starting with the 391st name, which is Om Tushtaya Namaha. Tushtaya Namaha refers to one who is contented with a very simple offering. So, offering to God not necessarily is measured with wealth or anything, material. It can be your just mind, full focus. So, anything that is simple, even a glass of water, is a good offering, provided there is full focus and attention and devotion. All the work that we do, the karma yogi, is also something that we talked about in the previous vlogs, isn't it? So that can be a very good offering. Let's move on to the 392nd name, Om Pushtaya Namaha. This refers to one who is ever full or fills everything. So we talked about offering, and what is coming up is the fulfillment of all needs. What is this everything? Let's look at the 393rd name, Om Subhekshanaya Namaha. This refers to one with the all auspicious gaze, or one whose ikshanam or vision bestows on all beings, that is, gives liberation to those who want moksha and enjoyment to those who are after it, and also cuts as under the knots of the heart by eliminating all the doubts. So what is getting filled, the everything is now defined a little elaborately in the third name that we just saw. That is whatever you are looking for. 394th name is Om Ramaya Namaha. The eternally blissful in whom the yogis find delight, That is the meaning that is coming out of this name in this context here. But we are going to go a deeper level into this Ramaya Namaha in a short while from now. 395th name is Om Viramaya Namaha, one in whom the Virama or end of all beings takes place. We have discussed dissolution, the cosmic dissolution, in many of our vlogs, so I think that is pointed to here as well. We'll move on to the 396th name, Om Virajaya Namaha. Om Virajaya Namaha refers to one in whom the desire for enjoyment has ceased. So he is the one in whom the desire for enjoyment is ceased, not out of frustration or disappointment. It's just surpassed all that emotion, can we say. 397th name is Om Margaya Namaha. That refers to one who is the path. I think we have touched upon this name previously somewhere. Path could be Marga, the road, way. So he is the way and he is a destination as well. 398th name is Om Neyaya Namaha. It refers to one who directs or leads the jiva to the supreme being through spiritual realization. This directing, leading is all mentioned even previously many times, but this is exactly what we want to understand today a little deeper with the help of a scripture part from Ramayana. So we move on to the 399th name, which is Om Nayaya Namaha. This refers to one who leads, that is, one who is the leader in the form of spiritual illumination. So the leadership is now discussed again and again. 400th name is also similar. Om Anayaya Namaha refers to one for whom there is no leader, because he is the ultimate leader. This leadership, this leading by example, is, I think, not new by now. We have touched upon in many ways. And yes, there is this question: how exactly is this leadership working? Why is he the supreme leader? And what exactly is sustainable leadership? This is what we are going to look at now that we are done with the 10 names. We are going to look at a small situation within Sri Ramayana. So this is, the whole story goes around Sri Rama and Sita. Rama has brothers. There are so many things about the story that we are not going to touch upon in detail right now. But this is a situation where Rama and his younger brother and his wife Sita are now in exile. They have started their journey from their kingdom where he was supposed to become the king, but due to some kind of geopolitical challenges, let's say, he has been given a 14 years exile. So few hours before the coronation, he gets to know this, but he is still in the mindset of not being attached too much to what is happening or excited about too much of the plus or the minus of it. So he is proceeding. He has already left Ayodhya. In a week or so, when the one of his brothers, Bharatha, comes to know of what happened really at home, and he arrives and to find that their father is dead, and unfortunately the eldest brother is also being pushed off the kingdom, and now he is on his way to a 14-year exile. So he wanted to stop the elder brother and take action in a way. He wanted to hand over the leadership that was bestowed upon him now, but he didn't take it though. He wanted to hand over the leadership to whom? Back to his eldest brother. He's now in pursuit of the elder brother. He comes all the way to find the elder brother and has a discussion, tries to have a discussion to convince the eldest brother, to come back to Ayodhya. That was his mission. But before he is meeting up and trying to, start the conversation, Sri Rama is very well aware of the reason why he is approaching. He wants to make sure that in the week that has gone by, everything back in the kingdom is in order. But he also knows that now the reigning king has to be his younger brother Bharatha. So there is a conversation that is happening on, let's say, when we meet each other, we say hi and hello, how are you doing? Have you been well? All these questions. We do ask that. But there were 25 questions that was asked by Sri Rama to Bharatha. And these are the questions that we are going to look at today. And that will be a very good demonstration of sustainable leadership. I am going to give you a tip before we get to the 25 questions. The tip is going to stay in the screen for a while. So a sustainable leader, according to Sanatana Dharma, is a personality that could have these 6 qualities that I'm going to mention. Number 1, a Raja Rishi, a king sage, a ruler who embodies wisdom and virtue. Number 2 is Dharmadipati, Dharma Adipati, upholder of Dharma, one who governs by righteousness. Lokapala, protector of the people, guardian of the people's well-being. Nyayadharin, bearer of justice, a just leader ensuring equality for all. Sakshat Sevaka, Sevaka means servant. Sustainable leader is referred to here as a servant. Note this point. Direct servant of the people. Sakshat Sevaka, direct servant of the people. Humble servant leader. Samajika Rakshaka. Samajika Rakshaka is a social guardian, champion of vulnerable groups and inclusivity. So this is the qualities of a sustainable leader. Let me tell you, this, whatever we are talking about, I'm also going to share with you in a PDF format file. You can find the link in the description. You can download this and print this and keep it next to you. And these leadership principles will always help you wherever you are and whichever career level you are. With that clue, let's get on to this questions, the dialogue. Hi, how are you doing? Have you been doing well? That's not the questions. These are very interesting, important questions. And let's look at how they match up with these 6 titles that I just mentioned for sustainable leadership. The first question he asks to Bharatha is, are you acting in accordance with your father's guidance, with our father's guidance? So he wants to understand how is the relationship going on, even after the rupture, the geopolitical changes that have happened. The preferred thing, even though it was the father that decided that he has to go in exile, he didn't want any bad taste also to be left true. Are you acting in accordance with our father's guidance? Are you respectful and praying to Vasishtacharya, all the gurus, and our mothers? So respect to the gurus. The next point is, are you performing all the kingly duties appropriately, ethically and thoroughly? Appropriately, ethically and thoroughly. Do we do that? It's something we need to ask ourselves all the time. Appropriately, ethically and thoroughly. And that's exactly, is the Dharmadipati, upholder of Dharma, will always think of righteousness, the ethical way of doing things, and thorough work. The fourth question is, do you have learned or well-educated, qualified people as ministers in the court, and do you listen to their advice? Having them is one thing, listening to them is another. Even when they disagree with you, are you really listening to them? The fifth question is, are your ministers also well versed in psychology? The sixth question is, are you making sure that you do not sleep too much, ensuring that you get up early in the morning? What does it have to do with leadership? The guardian, the people, the bearer of justice has to be disciplined as well, isn't it? Are you making sure that you do not sleep too much, or ensuring that you get up early in the morning is also making sure that you are, doing only the needed for yourself so that you can give quality time and focus to the people? Are you thinking about our country and its people before you go to bed? So what's the last thought? What are you waking up with? Are you ensuring that sensitive data, secrets relating to the kingdom doesn't get out? Data secrecy. Yeah? What is that? It has to do with protection, isn't it? So now we are moving to the next question. What is that? Are you ensuring that your plans see through the execution stage and reach their respective finish lines as drafted by you? Project planning and execution are two different ball games, and the result could be a third one as well, isn't it? So are we having consistency with that? And that is also demonstrating what is that? A kind of sustainable leadership throughout. Are your employees able to perform their activities appropriately? So if they are not, what should we do? Should we fire them? No. We have to understand why they aren't able to. Are we giving them tasks that are too much to handle, or there is a mismatch between resources? Should we swap resources and not fire resources all the time? Yeah. So there are so many deeper questions here. We are going to look at a few more as well. Are you providing the appropriate punishment to the appropriate individual who has committed a crime at the appropriate time? Yeah. What is that? Justice delayed is justice denied, and that is really, coming back to the bearer of justice, Nyayadharin, perspective. Are you ensuring that your subjects are not struggling to survive in the country due to inappropriate levels of taxes? So if somebody is struggling, whether the employees, whether your subjects are struggling, the reason for the struggle has to make some sense. Yeah. And it should not be the king that is the reason ultimately, or the leadership that is the reason for their struggle. Yeah. Have you appointed brave and strong leaders as your army commanders? Are you paying the salaries appropriately to all your employees? Rewards and remuneration. Yeah. Are you preferred and liked subject by all the learned people in your society? That is a very, very interesting question. Do the learned people in the society, do the people who are highly educated and experienced than you still see you as a leader, a thought leader, isn't it? That is the Raja Rishi, king sage that we pointed out. Are you appointing informers to go to all neighboring lands and collecting all necessary intel? So preparation, yeah. We have to be objective and friendly with the neighbors, but it's also important that we know what's going on. Not necessarily to spy on everyone with a negative intent, but also to understand what's going on. Maybe they need the help also. Or is it something that we need to be prepared for? The preparedness. Are you providing food and shelter to the refugees that come to our country? Are you ensuring that you do not have fickle-minded people around you? The mind level stability is something that we have seen in Sri Vishnu Sahasranamavali, the previous blogs. The stable mind is something that is pinpointed in many areas, and I'm not surprised that it is one of the questions that Rama is asking Bharatha. Fickle-minded people are the main weakness. Physical weakness can always be compensated. Mental weakness is the area that has to be worked on priority. Are your subjects, people of the country, satisfied with the leadership? A 360-degree feedback. Are you protecting your subjects, people of the country, from any type of natural or unnatural calamities? Yeah, that is the social guardianship, direct servant responsibilities, isn't it? The responsibility to ensure that even during natural or unnatural calamities, we can do whatever is possible to compensate for the losses that are occurring due to those situations. Are you respecting women? Are your subjects, people of the country, easily able to reach out to you? This is a very interesting question, isn't it? So, and also these points on your subjects being able to easily reach out to you. Of course, when we have millions of people that are dependent on you as a people leader, it is not possible practically for a human to be available to every single person that is, in his group or, country or whatever society that he is ruling. But availability here, able to reach you here, points to availability when in need, when there is an emergency, when there is a situation where the leadership has to step in directly. Yeah. Is your country's income exceeding the expenditure? The math as well. Is our country's income exceeding the expenditure? So what are you spending on? Does it make sense? Are we still making a profit, a gain? With that, we should be able to sustain a little more, and ensure that all the other services are provided to the subjects. Are you providing unbiased justice to all your subjects? This is really hard to come by. It's very difficult as leaders also, but is it possible for you? Are you doing it? Are you providing special protection to poets, artisans, children, elderly, and women? So, coming back to the champion of vulnerable groups and inclusivity, this Samajika Rakshaka, social guardian, is also expected out of a sustainable leader. So these were the questions that a leader has to ask another leader. When we have the answers to these questions, and hopefully positive answers to these questions, I think you will know that you are a sustainable leader. This is a very heavy topic, and I am sure you will have more questions to ask as well. I am leaving you with these questions. Please do share your thoughts on sustainable leadership. Let's meet in the next session. Until such time, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay motivated. Thank you. Bye-bye.